What's good, y'all? We back again with another Who Did I Marry? We think we on part 8. Yeah, we on part 8. But yeah, we the last time we left off, she was talking about another house situation for the ninth time. So let's see how he gets out of this one.
All right, part 8 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So we submitted an offer on the house in Smyrna. I sent it over to Scott, our realtor, and next day comes. Scott asks if we can take a phone call. So he calls us and tells us that the offer was not accepted and the builder did not do a counter offer.
Mm.
We don't exactly know
That's suspicious.
why. We don't exactly know why he didn't accept it, but the bottom line is that we figured out later on that he didn't want to finish the basement. So the offer was not accepted. The house fell through. I was okay with that because, again, I knew he had put in an offer. So we continued looking at other houses. We found another house in Smyrna that he really liked. I thought that it was way too big for just the two of us. And so the price of this home was much higher than the $750,000 that Chase had approved for the mortgage. So what he explained to me was that he was willing to do the $750,000 mortgage, and he was also willing to put a significant amount of the money in savings on the house, which meant that he was now comfortable going from $750,000 up to about $900,000.
Bro, what?
Again, his whole explanation was, I have the money where I can put down a substantial down payment, bring down the price of the home.
So why was he living in a studio apartment to begin with and living with you during COVID?
Over $900,000.
If he could spend $1 million on the house.
I saw the Chase paperwork, so I was like, I just feel more comfortable sticking at the $750,000 mark. That's what you were approved for. Let's go with that. By this point, this is now fall of 2020. We have been talking about marriage. I had my ring. I had made VP at the company.
What's the timeline? I need a timeline
Every
update.
day from work. I need to kind of explain how the company was ran, because when you think VP, you would think
Is it still June? Is it still June?
It was a condiment company.
She met him in March.
They actually were producing the condiments, and I'm not saying the name of the company on purpose, but they were producing the condiments in this particular plant location. So a lot of times, he would simply tell me that he walked the floor, checking in with his subordinates, basically. Now,
He worked at
how did he
Heinz.
work? For the most part, at this point, he left before I woke up. However, pretty much he wore dress pants, kind of like a
I was about to say he wore a dress.
blue cargo pant.
I was about to turn this
And
video
he
off.
had a polo shirt with the company logo on it.
This
What I saw
elaborate
a lot of times is
lies.
that he would not wear the polo shirt to work. He would wear like a company t-shirt. He would wear rubber sole shoes and the navy blue cargo pants. I didn't think it was a uniform, but it reminded me of what someone would wear when I worked at Amazon, if you're going to be doing manual labor. He didn't go to work sloppy looking at all, but it definitely was not suit and tie. Nowhere near suit and tie. It is fair to note that outside of work, he was a man who he loved to dress. He loved to wear the latest Jordans. He loved to collect watches. He collected a lot of Invicta watches.
Invicta? Hold on.
He loved to collect hats. He wore hats, baseball caps everywhere because he didn't like the shape of his head. So in terms of how he dressed casually, the man, he could dress. In terms of how he dressed for work, yeah, he didn't dress like a VP. But his excuse was, I'm constantly walking the production floor, and I can't be in a suit and tie walking the production floor where they're creating the condiments that we're selling.
Invicta sell like
again, this is fall.
Watches that look like Rolex, but they ain't Rolex.
We're still touring houses as much as we can because it is COVID.
And they range from $60 to $1,300.
In a house that I really truly wanted to put an offer in on. This was now going to be the second house that we put an offer on. He put in the asking price, I believe, was about $700,000. He put in under asking an offer for about $650,000. I'm guessing, but I'll try to find the house and put it on this on the story. The reason that house fell through.
Why am I not surprised?
The home was sitting on a septic tank.
What?
We found out the septic tank had an issue, and it would have taken about $15,000 to $20,000 to fix the septic tank. The sellers were not willing to fix the septic tank.
Right.
Personally, I didn't really care for the house that much. I'm the one who was like, I don't really want it. So even though we put an offer in, we had 24 hours where we could pull our offer back. And so we did. Once we found out, I believe it was in the disclosure. And if you're a realtor, please feel free to tell me if I'm using the wrong terminology. But I believe it was in the disclosure that they told us the septic tank needs to be replaced.
I'm not a realtor.
Like, nah, I don't want that house. So we pulled out. The house fell through. And so I was fine with it. Because again, I was heavily involved. I saw him sign the offer. I knew every step of what was going on. Our real estate agent, Scott, was amazing, but you will see when I get to it where he made a mistake as a real estate agent. So house number 2 fell through. We then moved on, saw a few more houses, and then we get to house number 3. I'm going to pause talking about the houses because now I need to introduce what happened with the cars.
Cars?
Stay tuned. All
right, man. They didn't look at about 35 houses and ain't none of them went through. And now she talking about cars. And why is she stopping to talk about the cars in the middle of the house situation when the house situation don't even seem like it's over with? But oh well. Part 8 of the foolery is finished. I appreciate y'all for coming through and watching the video with your boy, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Make sure you comment, tell me how you feel. How do you feel like you would deal with this situation if you're female? And males, how do you feel about this situation being done? And what do you think about it? Let me know. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'll holla at you. Peace.